There we go. A few minutes into the night drive. Big old elephant. Let's see if we can get the best look at it. Not right in his face, you can see him just turning a little bit to look at us as well. He's quite close. That's why that light is so bright on him. Try and diffuse that light a bit with my fingers. There we go. Make it a bit softer. Not a very big bull. Difficult to guess. He's probably in his 20s now. What he's eating is, once again, it doesn't look like it anymore, but the area that we're in now had a fire through it last year. So a lot of the top parts of the bushes are dead. So that stick in front of his face there is mostly dead, but at the base of it, where he's feeling around with his trunk at the moment, we've got lots of new shoots that grew this summer. So you can see there's some nice green leaves, twigs that he's eating there. Not very big tusks for him for his age. Normally in their 20s their tusks can be a bit bigger than that. He seems to be a very cool elephant. He's actually a bit curious. You see that he's now feeding closer to us. Something that elephants quite often do, pretending to be eating, which he is doing. But he's doing it closer to us because he's curious. If you look at his ears, you can see his ears are just slightly tilted up. It shows you that he's listening to my voice, listening to the car here. Noises coming from us, but he's very relaxed. Once again, we're dealing with a very intelligent animal here, so as much as we're curious about him, he's curious about us. Nice green leaves there for him to eat. See, those those tusks. It's nicely stained. Very often I use these tusks to strip bark from trees and to break branches over. And those dark stains on the ivories caused by tannins. All the bark that they break with it. See what he's up to. You can see they're feeling around, using mostly smell and touch really. Using the tip of his trunk to find some nice green leaves, green branches in there. Very, very close to us, which makes the lighting quite difficult. Only about 6 meters, 7 meters away, 20 odd feet. Much of that light might appear to be very bright. I've got my hand in front of the spotlight, blocking probably about 60% of the light, so it's not as bright on him, it's quite soft. Just with the contrast.
Just the camera absorbs more light.
Makes it look very bright, but it's quite comfortable for him, it's not bothering him at all. My hand's going to be edible quite soon though. It's getting very hot.
That's Ellie.
Yeah, he's nice and cool. Very relaxed.
Very nicely into his ear.
Look along his body there, you can see his back. All the way down to the hairy tail tip. Front of the road here for us. Very typical what he's doing. You can see he's standing, opening his ears. make himself look a bit bigger. Again, no, not even threatening at all. He's purely just curious, coming to check out what we're doing, what we're about. Head shake, very typical. Again, like we had that bull this afternoon with all the dust coming off him. That ear shake is almost like asking us what we're doing, a little hello, saying, oh, I'm here, what are you up to? He sees that we're not bothering him. We're trying to drive away or drive closer, and he's quite happy to just walk down the road.
He's funny.
Yeah, I like him. He's got a very cool way about him. Because we're in such a large area, there's elephants that come and go. There's certain elephants like Wonky, some of the bulls that we see quite often, especially now in winter time when the water is less abundant. More and more elephant bulls will just hang around this area. So over the next few months, more and more elephant characters will evolve. You'll see elephant bulls maybe 2-3 times a week and start to get to know some of them. But they very much have got very different characters. I'm hoping this guy sticks around. He's not the biggest bull I've ever seen, but he's got a very nice, gentle way about him. The kind of elephant you can really spend time with because he'll interact with you. He'll come and check out what the car is doing, seeing what we're up to. Some other elephants are a little bit more shy. They don't like to be close to the cars, and then you get some that are maybe a little bit more aggressive sometimes or grumpy. They tend to ask you politely or impolitely to move along. This guy's got a very nice way about him. Just the way he's standing, you see his ears are slightly stopped now, but the ears were just lifted up a bit as well as slightly away from the body. He was listening. Not just to us, he was listening to something else. There's probably another elephant in the area, something we can't hear. About 2/3 of all communication that elephants use, we can't hear. It's too low frequency for our ears to pick up. So very often, elephants will behave in a certain way, and it's because they're actually communicating with each other, sometimes over very long distances, kilometers away. In the early days when people started studying these animals more, there were even theories that elephants have telepathy, that they can communicate with brain waves or with thought, because people would see them doing things that was clearly done because of communication, but they could never hear anything. More and more studies are being done now. Joyce Poole and Cynthia Moss, people that did some of the really great early elephant studies, started looking into that. Caitlin O'Connor has done some doctorates in it recently. A lot of really interesting communication with elephants. They also can understand the communicative vibrations in the earth itself. They can sense through their feet. Another amazing way that they communicate.
Yeah, I'm crunching on those twigs.
Yeah. As we go more into winter now, we'll see it more and more often where they'll actually break fairly thick branches, even sometimes as thick as a sort of average human arm, and they'll actually crunch all the bark off the outside of it. Obviously the bark retains a lot more minerals and moisture into winter when a lot of your leaves and grasses lose their nutritional value. Let's just see if we can roll a bit closer. A bit of a slope here.